to another Bowman Brunt episode. Um, First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to Brett at Step in the Box. Of course, Striker at Striker Breaks. Them two are collaborating on Batter Up with John, and I am recording this Tuesday night, and they're supposed to be getting together Thursday night for a live stream, so tune in for that. That'll be exciting. I can't wait for that. So I want to give a shout out to them. Them two are like my two favorite YouTubers. Neo Cards and Comics and Scotty B Cards are neck and neck for a real close second. So tie for first, tie for second. Them four are really good content, really entertaining. So yeah. Well, today I was going to talk about my problem I had with eBay authentication. Matter of fact, I will talk about it, but I don't have the card. I already have it packed up, and I'm still sending it to PSA. I'm guessing it's going to get a 7 or an 8. I'm hoping for a 9. If it could get a 10. I mean, I showed you my Juan Soto 2021 Chrome short print, and it had like a little tiny crease in the back corner, and still gemmed. So, I was thinking it was going to, but then my select silver came back an 8, and I thought it was at least a 9, but everybody already knows this about PSA. I'm preaching to the choir at this point. But I bought the Julio Rodriguez Topps Update short print. The Gatorade shower or bath, whatever you want to call it. And the guy had it. I know I overpaid. I know, and I didn't care. I was going to buy 3 hobby boxes off Topps. By the time I got the money, they had sold out, lo and behold. I blame Striker because we were all talking about it on the live stream. No, it's not his fault. I'm just kidding. But no, it's just weird how, like, it seems like every time we talk about something still being up on Striker's live streams, and then, like, it ends within an hour, whatever it is we were talking about is, like, not available. Sometimes it comes back in waves, sometimes not. I think it's coincidental, but I'd like to say that, he has that kind of influence. He might not want it, but so instead of buying the 3 hobbies, I ended up just saying, screw it. Yes, I'm losing out on all the 3 silver packs. Yes, I'll be losing out on potential golds, rainbow foils, insert parallels, anything, and especially the clear acetate cards that you can only get in hobby boxes. So, yeah, I'm going to miss out on all that, but my main goal was to try to get the Julio Rodriguez, either a parallel, but I wanted the short print. So I was like, I'm just going to man up and pay. At the time, there was only 2 up on eBay. Now there's a bunch of them. There's only 2 up on eBay for buy it now. The rest were all auctions. Still had 4+ days left on all of them. None of them were ending soon. So I asked the guy that had it for like $339, best offer. I put in $250. He put in $309 or something, and I just accepted it. I was like, I'm not gonna go back and forth. I'll just buy it. $309. So you add in taxes, shipping, goes through the authentication. Okay, and I knew I should have recorded. Always record your openings, always. And it wasn't it. I was even thinking, Brent, whip out the phone, record you opening this. It's a $300 purchase. Might not be a lot of money for you guys, but I'm a single guy. I live by myself. All bills I am responsible for. Keeping the roof, I can't ask my significant other, hey, can you get rent this month? Although I don't have a leash, so that gives me a little bit of an advantage over some of you married guys, But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I was thinking you should record this, but I was excited. I just wanted to open it, see what it looked like. I never got anything from eBay authentication since they started it. All my purchases are like, $100 to $200 at most of the time. It's rare that I make a $300 purchase. And I open it up, and it's in your standard, that little flippy eBay thing that they give you, and it's in there. Everything's right. So that's what I was worried about, it slipping out. Well, what they do now, because everybody complaining, which rightfully so, of it slipping out of the card saver, so they put it upside down in one penny sleeve, flip it right side up, and then put it in a thicker penny sleeve, and then put it in the card saver, and then they put a void sticker on it. So how can we inspect the card thoroughly to make sure that it's don't have any major flaws? Because I looked in the description, and I'll admit I am a very picky buyer. I am, and if it has a white on the corner, I can't see it in the photo, and you don't have it in the description, I am going to ask for, try to save us both, the hassle. Just give me a partial refund, save me a trip going to the post office. I don't have a printer, so I have to physically go to the post office. Save me a trip, save you the hassle. I still leave positive feedback. But most of the time, they just return the card, I'll give you a full refund. Well, in this case, it's up to eBay authentication. Well, I opened it up and took it out of the card saver, both penny sleeves. Then I noticed that it had like these 3 dimples on the surface. So I'm like, so I took pictures, sent it to the seller, and he said, I look over my cards, and I even had a guy that grades all the time look over it, and he said that it looked like it would gem if it was perfectly centered. If not anything, it would get a 9, blah, blah, blah. Neither one of them saw the surface issues. So he said, I'm not even sure if that's the same card that I sent you. So I'm like, okay, so are you trying to say I swapped cards, or are you trying to say something's fishy going on with eBay authentication? And he switched it up really quick and said, no, I'm not saying that you did anything shady, blah, 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 blah. But I think he kind of was. And I honestly think that he's done this before. He knows how to work the system. He knows that, he probably tested it out, put it in 2 card savers in the thing. Oh, and they put it in, after it's in 2 penny sleeves, a card saver, then they put it in a team bag, or a, team bag, pretty much. So it's in 4 cases that I have to try to inspect it. Don't make no sense to me, man. So like, and I really want to just say I'm done with eBay. I'm done. But honestly, the closest LCS that I have, they're mainly Magic, Pokemon, and those some Funko Pops. They're into those. They do got baseball, but they got a lot of basketball and football. So the one card store I do have, it's a lot of overpriced retail too. He's a good guy, but I rarely go there. Don't like making the trip all the way across town just for really nothing. So my main purchases are off eBay. That's what I do. But all right, well, long story short, eBay said, we can't prove that the card's in the same condition that you got it in. Basically, because I took it out of the void if seal is broken case. So they refused my refund. I didn't leave any feedback. I didn't want to leave negative. I didn't want to leave neutral, because I knew that would mess up the guy's feedback percentage. But I didn't want to give him positive either, because there is that slight chance that he knows the system and he knows that I wouldn't have been able to see the flaws through 4 cases. So he knew if what happened, he would get away with it. That's if that's what happened. I don't know. I want to give everyone the benefit of the doubt, but where I grew up, there's a lot of crooks and shadiness going around, a lot of shady people. Everyone's always out for their own, and just growing up around here, it's just like you can't help but think of the bad first and think you got ripped off. Like, I lose something, I think someone stole it before I think I lost it. And 9 times out of 10, I lost it. But that's just how my mind works, and I don't like it. I hate thinking that way, but it's just how it is. So I'm just not leaving him any feedback at all. I'm just leaving it. Just, you don't deserve it. I wasn't a happy buyer, so I don't think he deserves positive feedback. But I honestly giving him the benefit of the doubt and not giving him neutral nor negative feedback. But that's not why. The only reason why I'm making this video. I am going to see if I can flip the camera around here. Hold on. Okay, apparently I can't. Guess I'll just make this video. I was gonna open a update hanger box. Bought one. I had 8 in the cart. I think I had like 6 in the cart the other day. But I knew I didn't have enough money for them all, so I stashed. I had some chrome blasters and a couple update blasters in my secret stash. I know people hate it when people hate people like me, and I hate people like me too, but I do it too. So, but someone found my stash. I should have known, because when I found the stash, there was some Pokemon, like a Pokemon cube or something there. But I was like, screw it. If they're hiding Pokemon, they ain't gonna care about my baseball. But my chrome blasters and my update blasters were still there. But I was gonna buy 2, so I put 4 in the stash, and then I ended up just buying 1. That was like last week, maybe 5 days ago. And then I was halfway to the register, and I was like, I'll just pick up 1. So I stashed this in like the baby part, because there was like a bunch of baby bottles. That's how I tried to remember, like, all right, remember baby bottles. And I went tonight after work. I lifted up the thing, and all the hangers are gone. I'm like, someone found my stash. But they left the blasters, and the Pokemon stuff was still there. So I'm like, crap. And then I'm like, oh, well, I ain't getting none. And I'm like, oh, wait, I have that one by the baby bottles. So I went and looked, and it was still there. But I was going to open it on camera, but you know what? I have more luck pulling stuff off camera than I do on camera anyway. So maybe I'll just do a recap. If I get something big, you guys will hear about it, but probably not. It's just a little lucky dart shot, as Striker would say. All right, guys. Thanks for listening to my problems. And if you subscribe, I need to start remembering to say this right at the beginning, because a lot of people, if you do, the very few that do watch it, I don't even know if they watch all the way, but if you're new, subscribe. I will subscribe back to you. So if you want a free subscription, subscribe to my channel. Give it a like. Appreciate it. Peace.